Okay. Looks like we made it. Oh my gosh. Well, dances with getting on air. It- okay. Looks like we are actually on now. And sorry it's very late. That's my fault. I have been it's my own screwing around that did this. So sorry about that. So if you yeah, but I'm here. I'm okay. Hope you are too, feeling good, whoever sees this at whatever time. Um I'm the Ocean Swagger. Welcome to the channel where we always have fun. And it seems like well, it just seems like keeping a schedule lately has been hard. But sticking to my times have been just a little hard lately. But anyway, welcome to the show. And I thought tonight uh, we could do some traveling on the Woo ship, some um, remote viewing practice, and just talk about some of the news and maybe look into the news. And this is something that we haven't done this in a while. We used to do this kind of thing on this channel, so I I'm going to go over a little bit of my take on some of the stuff that's going on. And good news, it looks like we are going to be exiting Clown World pretty soon. Um, and once again, trying to predict exactly times for anything is rough. I mean, um, because for one thing, time doesn't really exist. It only exists for us. It doesn't really exist the way that we think of it in the bigger picture. It's not real. So and it also everything that happens depends on when the consciousness is ready on on this planet. And that, let me tell you, trying to get the consciousness ready on this planet has been quite a task. I mean, very, very, well, I guess, you know, centuries of manipulation artwork here, but it has taken a lot of work and way more work than a lot of us. A lot of us are just exhausted most of the time with it. You know, we know who we are, right? And trying to, what would you say, tip that mass consciousness over to the mark we need to get things happening has been something else, really. Now here comes Pluto through the chart, and I used to call it the shrinking snooze alarm. And the shrinking snooze alarm is what I mean by that is your time to wake up. So many people keep hitting this snooze alarm again and again and again and again. It's been a long, frustrating experience here for those of us who are here to make the changes, to do the wake up calls, to do, get people ready to do, to take care of their own good. You know, it's been a very long, tough quest. And I even today, um, I had some problems with it. And I'll admit, there are times when I do better with it and times when I don't do so well. Oh, hey, Witch Moon, how are you doing? Yeah, there's times when I do okay with it and times when I don't do okay with it. There's times when I literally, like today, I thought I was just feeling mentally exhausted by some of the things I have, some of the news and stuff. And I've got to watch it because I try not to watch too much news. It's hard though, I'm always trying to learn something while I'm working on something. And while I'm working on stuff in the kitchen or whatever it is I'm doing, I'm trying to learn stuff. But sometimes I still get very exhausted by it. It just seems like it's forever and ever and ever. And I know you guys get exhausted by it. It's just like it seems like it's never-ending stupidity and desire to, I don't know. I guess it's very hard for us to believe that there are some people that are choosing to just put blinders on. Sometimes it hurts us. This has been a very rough for a lot of us. Very rough planet. The planetary school of Earth has been a rough ride. There are signs, though, that we are exiting clown world, and I want to share them with you to give you some hope. Yeah. Hey, Pam Smith, how you doing? Yeah, holding down the fort. Doesn't it feel like that? It's like we're just waiting for it to tip, the balance to tip. We know it's coming. We can see it. We can see it's on the way. But, like even just getting on tonight, even just because I know we've got better things coming. I mean, I've seen it. And I think really what I'm doing tonight, talking about taking a little trip, remote viewing, and all of that, is to give ourselves a little hope and maybe a vacation. Clown World is coming to an end. I can see that. It's being exposed and it's coming down to final choice time. Final choice. Most of us already made our choices, right? I guess everything that comes to light is another choice to wake up, is another chance for somebody who is still deeply hypnotized to wake up. And although that's a great thing and all, to some of us, it just seems like endless waiting. It's like, however, it is starting. I mean, people are actually now realizing how free they're not, and I think the collapse of the dollar is going to wake people up even more when they realize that, we've slipped as a country here. Yep. Oh, my goodness. Okay, but really, I can tell that we're seriously having a bumping up against the boundaries of, because I was likening our trip into the next reality as, kind of like a trip to the park, like some of us to the fun park. Um, we've been waiting for it. We know it's going to be a lot more fun than this. This place has been grueling for a lot of us. We have bright spots, but not enough usually. It takes quite a lot to sort out all of that flotsam and jetsam inside of you and get the bright spots to happen. Seems like it takes a lot of polishing because we've been through a lot here. So that's why I'm doing all the clearings and stuff, is because whatever is, I certainly don't want to be one of the people impeding this wake up. Okay. I certainly don't want to be one of the people late to late to exit Clown World. So lurking exhausted, exactly. Me too today. I woke up just like in kind of in a day. I literally was going to take a nap and just, I was just down today. Stuff is, I guess it's just all the energies. We have huge flares going on in the sun. I don't know if you've heard about it, and all kinds of things going on in our sky. And this is a sign that we're coming very, very close. I mean, we're coming closer and closer, but we're still in this holding pattern in so many ways. I see things getting exposed. See things, the tide turning, but we're still, the energies coming in are exhausting too. And hi, Linda Bennett, how you doing? And it just takes you out. You just, and then having to deal with other people, especially asleep old people, you it's exhausting because you don't know what to say. I honestly don't know how to start a conversation with some folks anymore. I really wonder sometimes how I'm to. Usually all I just do is uh, I'll just say, "Hey, how you doing?" and go right along by, uh, and not really try to even conversate with too many people. It just seems like uh, it's harder and harder to find a topic that somebody isn't sensitive to. However, I'm going to keep trying. This is we just have to realize our physical bodies are going to be exhausted. If you're sensitive, you're going to be exhausted from time to time, and we're going to have to forgive ourselves and each other for that, I guess, because I get upset with myself. Hey, Taylor, how are you doing? Taylor sees. Um, you look to be a new person here. Welcome. So I am Dee Swiger, and this is I am the Ocean Swiger, and this is the Ocean's Deepu, and welcome. So, we're really can't wait to exit Clown World. It's just too crazy. And it's so crazy that everybody's supposed to be awake by now. There's still people fighting it. No, no, no. How do you start a conversation, about anything really important to me anymore? because a lot of stuff is just not important to me. I don't really give a damn how the sports teams are doing. I really don't give a damn about it's, Hollywood. I, there's just so many things I don't give a damn about anymore. I don't care what they're doing. They're boring me. And the ones that aren't boring me, there are a few bright spots, of course. I am seeing some uh, bright spots. People like what happened with Tom McDonald is a bright spot, and he's inspired others now to make it, independently in the business. That's great. I mean, that's communication. That's one of the first places. We really need to see that, um, because communication has been holding us hostage. We've been held hostage by the media, really, our minds. It's been a grand manipulation. So, in the interest of taking all that back, my grounding pad, grounding pillow case cover, oh, that's not doing bad. I have been sleeping pretty good with that. Yeah, you mean my earthing pillowcase. Yeah, it's on the same principle. It's basically you plug it into the grounding plug of your home. Yeah, that's helping. And I've got to say I'm liking my bed set. I do like my bed set because all it is all that the cover is a duvet cover. It's not a blanket, but when I get under it, I'm warm. I feel warmer, and I think part of that is the energy. So I think it has had some helpful effects for me. Um, it's of course not everything I hoped it would be, but yeah, but the grounding pillowcase is helping, and the healing bed set seems to be working to an extent, but it's working kind of like the symbols I was showing you. It works kind of like that, and as a matter of fact, it works exactly like that. So yeah, sometimes it works a little too well, and I almost go into just a trance, you know, because I'm sensitive. And this time, yeah, was talking to him. Oh, you were talking about the earthing stuff. Yeah, well, Paul's wife Linda got a whole sheet and everything for him, so they can't miss, and they noticed a difference immediately. So yeah, that does work. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, that does work. Um, so any other questions, to direct my way? Um, I've been listening to a website. I want to direct you to a good website, well, a good channel. Allison Co. She's got a lot of regressive uh, therapy sessions she's put on there, and it explains what the event is going to be like. And I'm sure you guys, because people are foreseeing the event because there is no time and there is no space, which is one of the reasons why I thought we would do some remote viewing is um, get you guys used to being able to look and see things outside of your current situation here. We're we can As immortal souls, we can move around all we want, really. Our our spirits, our souls, our beings are vast. And they're, you know, how can I put it? We have an awareness issue here of that. Is in order to play the game, we have to forget that we're God. And basically, in order to play this game, we've decided to play. But, can we agree that it's gone all out of bounds now and we're all really bored with it for the most part? Bored with eh, some of the stupid stuff going on. There's still fun to be had, though, and I really encourage you, if you need to sleep, sleep. If you have an opportunity to have fun, go take it. Go find a way to have fun. Um, Enjoy yourself and keep your energy up, keep your energy work up, because it's probably going to be even harder to wait as we see the signs around us, because there are many signs. So, um, when you look at how far we've come, though, we've come a long way. And we're to the point where people are exposing themselves, you know? So the indie clown world, I can see it's starting to. But I think before it falls completely, we're going to see more. We're going to see the craziest shit yet, right? I need water. Man, I need water. So, hi, Michelle Canham Free. Cool. Yeah, I did too, just as I was saying that. So, anyway, I just wanted to offer up some hope that there's people who are looking at the event from their soul level. Take everything with a grain of salt, though, that you hear. But I will condense most of it for you. She says she's getting reading after reading after reading, though a lot of them are saying the exact same thing. Exact same thing. And if you want the Reader's Digest version, and I've heard several of them, I've been kind of binge listening to it while I'm doing other things. I will give you the Reader's Digest version of it. And it's going to be, and we must be very close because we already had a huge flare on the other side of the sun. If we'd been there, we would have had all of our tech knocked out. All of our electronics would have been knocked out. So, um, it's already started, and it made a very it's getting real. Yeah. So, and yet that almost makes it harder, doesn't it? Because we know it's close, okay, but still there are people who are afraid. And I don't want people to be afraid. We should not be afraid of this because we are immortal souls. Don't worry. You know, um, when this happens, it's not going to be a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. We got to quit expecting the worst, literally. Um, and we sure don't want to build the worst. We don't want to create that. So a little bit of creation practice here I thought would be good, and a few good creation practices. How would you say that? Rules for creating things, not creating things you don't want? About that? Yeah, there's the world is having sun flares. And if it knocks you out, it knocks you out. The MP3s, I can see what's going to happen. I mean, when that thing comes, it's going to knock us out. It's going to knock us out. We're going to, and so I guess we shouldn't worry too much because whatever's going to happen, we're probably going to get knocked out for it, you know, and wake up and it's going to be different. So it's nothing to worry about. It's not like it's going to be painful. We'll probably be out cold, from the physical, from the look of it. It's going to knock us the freak out. Some of us will not have to go through that. Some of us will be aboard the ship, will be sleeping aboard the ships, maybe, or go aboard the ships because the ships are here. I mean, there's no doubt about that, and everybody's getting that. The ships are here. They're ready for it, and they're poised. It's probably going to come. Like I said, a brief synopsis of what it's going to look like is it's going to come right as that flare happens, right as that flash, as the grand flash happens. It's going to come right ahead of that. And so instead of everything being and us being have to start over again, it's sort of going to change everything so that it moves up. It's going to move everything up. So this is not going to set us back again. Okay. So basically, it's what it's going to be like, and people keep seeing it, and it's probably what I saw too. It's like a flash of light, and it just kind of spreads over the earth and spreads over everybody and knocks a lot of people out. It's kind of hard on the body um, for a little bit. It's like a very strong zap of energy and will probably knock a lot of people out. But then you wake up and things are different. And it looks a lot like this place, but it's just not quite the same. That's pretty much what we hear in case after case. It's going to be light and it's going to look kind of. Now, this is interesting because I think this takes us back to a really old song, Crystal Blue Persuasion. Do you remember that? Any of you old enough to remember that song? Because it sounds like that's exactly what it's going to be, Crystal Blue Persuasion. Let me remind you, look over yonder. What do you see? Sun is arising, most definitely. You know, people are changing. Ain't it beautiful? Crystal blue persuasion. Yeah, crystal blue persuasion. Better get ready to stand in the light. Love is the answer, and that's all right. So don't you give up now, so easy to find. Look to your soul, Open your mind. There'll be peace and good brotherhood. Crystal blue persuasion. Apparently, to uh, the souls of these people, it looks like a clear blue white light. It's a white light that's actually made of many colors. It's a crystalline light and it's got a blue tinge to it. And it will be sweeping over everything, starting at the North Pole and just down almost instantaneously, and will kind of stay. And that will make it so that the flare doesn't just burn everything on the surface. Okay, so we're not going to get fried again. Or that is, we're not going to get fried again. In some reality, Earth is going to get fried again. One of the Earths is going to get fried. And I've explained these realities to you, the way that this works. We have chosen to go with the timeline where we get crystal blue persuasion. And, we get that. It's going to look like the rapture probably to people, because some people, they also report some people are gone. There don't seem to be as many people afterwards. That's where the Earths are splitting up right there. Um, so I have been talking for years about the pop apart point, is what I've been calling it. The point where, as we're trying to separate, we're separating this from that and this from that, and we come to a point. With cell division, it's like that, and then all of a sudden it goes pop and it's gone. At first, there's perforations. If you can imagine this in your mind, when a cell divides, which is, it's going to be a lot like that. And then all of a sudden pop apart point. Now, what does it look like after that? Looks it looks different. There are fewer people. There is a lighter atmosphere all around. Uh, it is the light of love, so you'll have that love feeling. And the people have said even the buildings, and they can't explain how this happens, but even the buildings change. Everything just changes. It just looks different. And they're talking about things like crystalline cities, um, beautiful colors in the sky, just everything we've seen. Everything some of us have seen for like long, long, long time. Um, and it's really home. So I mean, it's really going to be. I believe this is why it's going to feel like home. It is going to be home. That makes it more like where we're all really from. Because remember, this is actually more like a recording. So we do end up, and some of us will be going to other places after that. Transportation will be different. I've seen that too. We'll have, you know, all sorts of different ways to travel, including teleportation. So, after that, our society completely changes. And it's not, it's going to be a little frightening to some people. Maybe not really frightening. What can I say? Disorienting. But but it's not going to be painful. It's not going to be scary, well, maybe just beforehand scary. Because those of us who know what's going on, we're going to know by the signs, we're going to be there. Okay, here it comes. But at that moment, don't be afraid because it's going to be all right. You're either going to be in a ship or you're going to be here and your body's going to change and everything's going to change. When you wake up, it's all going to be different and it's all going to be better. And that's what people see pretty much across the board. But I thought we would do some it's like the movie with David Bowie where at the end they went up to the heavens or into what is that? I can't see what the little icon is. Oh, you were listening to Ashes to Ashes. You were listening to a Bowie song. Yeah, and you can be here or you can go on home. Yeah, this is not uh, this is not gonna be bad, you know. Pluto coming through and tearing everything up by the roots. It's not bad. It's not going to be bad. It's actually going to free us so that we can get to the point where we can accept this light. Oh yeah, we've been on this. We've had the change. This change has been happening on Earth for a long time. And it's not going to be a bad thing. It's just we've hit the pop apart point, just about. I mean, and we're going to hear, and they're talking about there's going to be lights in the sky. We're going to see, as a warm up, we're going to see multicolored lights in the sky. We're already seeing those. Some of this was from a year or more ago. We're already seeing the multicolored lights in the skies. I've seen them. Maybe you've seen them. People have been recording them. So it's very close. We've seen the huge solar flare on the other side of the sun. It's very close. We're just about there. we're already past that sign up in Sandusky. There was a sign that said, "Turn here if you're not going to the park," or something like that. It said, "This is to get you back onto the freeway if you're not going to the park." We've already passed that sign. So, we're pretty much on the property of the park. We're on the park property right now. We're heading for the parking lot. Actually, we might even be in the parking lot, parking and waiting, right? So, getting our shit together before this happens and getting ourselves in the right frame of mind. But if you get knocked out with all the sun's energy, then they've told me, I've also heard, yeah, don't worry about don't worry about this tiredness you feel. Your body is just trying to handle the energy. That's all. It's going to be, for some of us, we're going to be more prepared. I mean, you're among the lucky people. You're going to be more prepared for this. Some people are so going to be unprepared, not really prepared. So it's not going to be that bad. So anybody who's having trepidation or fear about all this that's happening, remember, you're also creating this. And I really have to somehow, I feel like I really want to, really desire to have you not be afraid and keep your energy high. Because every now and then I remember I woke up one time and I just had a fear, like a sudden pang of fear. Like, oh my God, blah, fear. in my stomach like a gut punch or something. I'm like, what the heck is that? I know better than this. I know it's going to be fine. Absolutely, it's going to be fine. Things are going to be much better. What am I worried about? I realize this is the collective. And it was so strong, and it might even be an attack, a few last attacks to try and bring down the energy so that you're afraid. Because, being in the space of fear is not going to work. So, it's like, I couldn't figure it out. It's like, why do I feel this fear? There's nothing going on to me. Well, the collective, some of them are waking up and now they're scared. They're terrified. Some of them are realizing, hey, it's terrifying what's happening. Some of the stuff that's been happening, it's been happening all this time, though, folks. It's been happening for a long time. No designer here. That's just it, though, Pam, is we're designing all the time, whether we know it or not. Yeah, we're designing the next place. Oh, you saw your UFO when you were 5 years old, and you saw your spirits starting at 3. Bigfoot when you were 23. Yeah, me too. I have been just going through all of these different things. So, well, Linda, you're prepared. I'm prepared. We're actually well prepared for this. And actually, it looks like, too, a lot of us are here, strictly came here to help other people get prepared for this. That's why we're here. We're not really here to work out a whole lot of old karma for ourselves. Of course, there's always going to be some of that. We're here to help people get themselves ready. We're here to just help everything happen here. You know, that's what some of us are here for. And that's why some of us got the accelerated course. So, some of us got the accelerated course. And if you didn't, that's okay. Well, thank you, Love V. Yeah, I'm trying to help. I can't say most of the time I leave the chat down. Cycles, discombobulating. Yeah. Let me see what chat is saying. Keep your feet on the ground. Well, your feet will be on the ground. So, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's belief system. But I have been told that I have to say the truth as I see it. And that's why I'm here. I can't not say what I'm seeing. That's one of the rules. I have to say what I'm seeing, even if whether it's scary, whether it's not scary, whether it disagrees with people, I have to say it anyway. That's my job. What I'm seeing is just like when I said all the religions are corrupt, all of the world religions are a box for your mind, they're a cage for your mind. A lot of people get upset with that. But fortunately, we got Billy Carson saying everything I've been saying for the last. Billy Carson's doing quite well, saying everything I've been saying for the last 25 years. Somehow he's getting the message out there, and he's doing quite well doing it. I've been saying all of the same stuff. Is we've been hoodwinked. We've been a cargo cult. We've been. It's not that, for instance, it's not that Yeshua wasn't real. It's just we don't even have the freaking name right. They didn't even give us the right name. You know, we've been so hoodwinked and hit throughout history. We don't even know what our history is. We don't know who we were. I keep getting drawn back to the trees, and you know what? There was one of the regressions that where they talked about being part of the trees, being in the trees, living in among the trees, and I know that I feel much safer. I kept seeing when I was listening to that one about the trees, I kept thinking of the Sasquatch because another thing that comes up is at there will be a point when we can be any size or shape that we want to be. Okay, that being in a body, that a body will just be something we can change if we want to. That time will come. That isn't scary, you know. Um, could it be that at some point some of us just wanted a simpler existence, more close to the earth, back to the trees? You know, they could be us, and some of them have, I guess, to some of the researchers, they have admitted that they're a version of us. So they're just a version of us that did not take the technology path, did not take this technology path that we took. And it looks like we got lured into this. I knew we got tricked into this. You know, it was like somehow everything that's happened to us, we got tricked into it, right? And we got tricked into it by people who came from elsewhere. So, yeah, Pam, what exactly is going on? Is there anything we can help with? Oh, I understand anxiety. I understand it. It's just everything is designed to give you anxiety. Mhm. Yeah, that really at one time, we knew we were one with the trees. Apparently, I kind of got some insight listening to this. I think I'm right. We were forest people at one time, more like the Sasquatch. Okay. Maybe we were them. I don't know. That's probably what we were before we got tweaked with. Okay. Because we know they didn't make us, just make us out of nothing. They tweaked a hominid that was already here. Okay. So to make us. So yeah, I'm almost thinking probably we were something like that. We were like that if we weren't that. Exactly. I mean, if they weren't the original pattern, perhaps something like that, something very close, because we're related, obviously. So that just kind of confirms a lot of these are kind of confirming stuff that I already knew, that we already knew, but it's a confirmation. So, and I know a lot of you already know this. What, you're out? Hmm? Well, okay, Pam. Sorry, you're out. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry about that, Pam. Don't know what offended you, but don't understand what offended you. Anyway, I'm not going to please everybody. I know that. I've already been told. You can't worry about who you're going to please and who you're not going to please. You're just going to have to tell the truth as you see it and not be upset. What happens, whatever happens. So, love you, Pam. Whatever. I can't do a thing about it except tell what I see. Yeah, dryads, fae, and primordial angels, possibly all of them. Some people remember having wings, having little wings that they could float around, fly around, that they could be um, really move around more easily than we do. Um, so possibly a lot of us, probably quite a lot of us, honestly, I have wondered because they talk about the dryads. Were a lot of us something like that? Because I connect so easy with the trees, and a lot of us do. But yeah, one person remembered being their life back in the trees, where they didn't really need much. You know, it was some kind of symbiotic relationship with the trees, and things were not as rough. It wasn't as hard to live here. So yeah, kind of like that. I really think we were more. Um, I don't know that we were exactly hairy hominids. I don't know what we were. Maybe we were a lot of different things. Maybe we were a lot of different kinds of spirits here at one time. There might have been more than one type of being here. There certainly is a lot of diverse life here now. And I would expect in the past there must have been too. Because I also, people have seen me like that, have seen me with wings, you know. They've seen my astral body with wings. I've seen it too. It's like sometimes I have wings. Sometimes they look more like angel wings, sometimes they look more like fairy wings. But, you know, in terms of what you see in the etheric, sometimes it's more of the concept than it is the actual physical structure. So it's the concept of being able to fly around. So I think that was part of it. I mean, finding out that Sasquatch can levitate, you know, and there are people, I guess, who have learned to fly and learned to levitate who have gotten those skills back. So, I mean, this is something we're going to be able, when this change hits, we're all going to be able to do this stuff. It's going to be an upgrade. It's an upgrade. Yeah, and this has happened a lot. So we've been through this before. We're going to get through it again. This time, though, Earth is going to do something else. Earth does no longer wants to have to go through all this turmoil. So I guess she's just moving on up. And it is somebody else is going to have to play the part of. And you know what? And that may be part of what we're feeling too. Earth herself is probably tired of this. She's got a personality. She's got a life, you know. She's got a consciousness. She's probably just freaking tired of this cycle here that she's gone through for quite a while. Um, for people to go through this process, she's probably just freaking tired of it too. That's probably part of what we're feeling is she's tired of it. She's fatigued from having to deal with this all the time. It's been a long time for her. I mean, imagine how long it's been for her. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like, you know what? And that's another thing. Like I said, I'll give you the Reader's Digest version, is touching the trees. They're somehow they recharged us. In the old days, they were part of our recharge system. We recharged each other. We had this lovely symbiotic relationship with trees, with the plant kingdom in general, I take it, but especially with trees. And still, where do you feel the most at home? I know where I feel the most at home. Out in the trees, right? With the trees, don't you? Hmm. You go out, you're around the trees, you feel more at home. You feel like you're where you should be because it is where you should be. I mean, dumbest thing we ever did was build cities. That's the most regressive thing we ever did. Yeah, a lot of us still have that relationship with the trees. I certainly do. I mean, I and when I go out and I'm in the middle of a group of trees, I'm just like, oh, thank goodness. In 5D, they were cutting a whole bunch of them down. It's like that was so painful. It's so painful to see a logging field. It's so painful. But that's why is because we have this very deep connection with trees and always have had. And trying to convince us otherwise, I guess. A lot of things been trying to convince us otherwise. Maybe the people that came here and changed things, maybe they didn't have that connection. I don't know. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes. Letting the sun shine through their leaves onto you is another wonderful thing, isn't it? And just yeah, and I know it's gonna be basically when I would think of home, I would think of what it sounds like people are talking about our our dwellings are going to look like. They're going to be more natural looking. They're going to look like part of the a part of nature. They're not going to look like man-made structures at all. Our structures won't look that way. Yeah, you have to be prepared, of course. Now you do. I guess there was a time when have to be we didn't have to do much prep. We could just be in it because we had different bodies then. We had different bodies. We were completely adapted and we didn't have to worry. We could just exist there and didn't have to. I guess in that phase, you don't really have a lot of needs. So, but we saw what the new people were doing and thought it was pretty cool and decided to try it and look what we got from it. Look where we are, you know. Uh, but we had to learn that, right? We had to learn that. Yeah, I know. I have had so many conversations with trees. And then I found out, yes, earth ships. I really want and I'm still guys, let's keep intending that we have our earth ship community, okay? I really want to be able to move into an earth ship one day. Um, I like being near conveniences and stuff, but I would really also, I think the feeling of living in an earthship, I think I would feel so much better. I think I would heal up so much easier. I think I would rest so much better, you know. in that kind of a structure rather than the kind of structures we have. I really feel that a round structure is more conducive to uh, our our physical well-being and our mental well-being because there's been some studies done on this. Uh, Round as opposed to uh, a box because the right angles kind of um, are stress points and mentally give us stress. It can cause, like, I mean, it's a break, they break each other up. It's like a circle is a continuous energy flow or curves. In feng shui, it's similar as you want to create curving energy. You don't want things to be in right angles and straight lines. You want things to kind of curve around. You want the energy to kind of flow around. You don't want things stopping up the energy, which is what right angles do. So really, and if you think about it, most things in nature are not right angles. How did we even come up with that concept like that was a good idea? Most of our earlier structures were round. When animals dig a lair for themselves, they dig it in the round. Usually, it's kind of rounded. It's and tunnels are just naturally kind of round. But I mean, we're probably used to we're used to things being round. Where did all this square straight edge stuff come from? Um, Although that does exist in some things in nature, in the mineral kingdom, it's by far not the most prevalent thing. So yeah, probably uh, our first dwellings, much like the Sasquatch structures that they build if they build anything like that, it's round. So um, most likely that would be us too. You know, it's just a more natural. The energy flow is just more natural. Teepees, yurts. I probably would like a yurt if it was a big enough yurt, or several conjoined yurts I'd probably need because I want a lot of room. I want a lot of spaciousness. I don't want a tiny home. I decided a tiny home is just the wrong direction for me. I want a lot of space. I like a lot of space. 11 p.m. Isn't that 12? Okay, see ya. It's 1 here. Oh my goodness. No, it's almost 12. Yeah. Okay, geez. Okay, so we're gonna do some okay. Nice to see you, Linda. Yeah, it's almost 12 here. So I got started very late. Um Probably uh I'll try to be on a lot earlier on Wednesday. Sorry about that. I'll be on time Wednesday, and maybe if the weather is good, like I said, I may be outside for a little bit. We'll see how the weather cooperates or how it is. I don't know how things are shifting around out there. During the time that the asteroid was going past, it was really shifting out there. Everything was just moving around. Um, oh, okay. So yeah, it's earlier for you. Yeah, okay. So Yeah, sorry I'm on so late, folks. You've been sick for 11 days. Well, Michelle, it's time to get over it then. 11 days is enough. What has it been? Do you know what it is that you're sick with? Is there any particular thing, or is it just the creeping crud? Because I guess Gemini's had the creeping crud for a few days. But she was really just clearing energies. We did have a portal for 4 days. You, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, sinus infection. Oh, sinus infections. The, I hate those. I used to get those all the time. You know what? That's one thing I thank you. I don't hardly ever get those anymore. Matter of fact, I don't remember the last time that I actually had a sinus infection. Yeah. Well, you know what? You can get over that. I'm almost thinking if you've got a sinus infection, you know what? I found out. I'll see what I can come up with for you. But there's all kinds of things. I'm sure you know all the natural remedies for sinus infections, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll send you some love, Michelle. I see. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, something's going around. I haven't seen it here yet, whatever it is. It hasn't hit here that I know of. Okay. I'll just put some, let me get ready here. I'll just put out some Reiki for anybody who needs it. I was going to do some remote viewing tonight if you guys would like. I thought remote viewing might be a good way to brush up our skills a little bit, along with let's do our exercises. Let's do our so I'll be sending energy out during this time for anybody who needs a healing. I'm getting my angels on it. Anybody who needs a healing, who hears this either now, live, or in the future when you play this back, when you play this, because it's going to go in the archives, of course. Yes, I'm sending the angels out. Remember, your angels are extensions of you, your will, and saying, hey, get in touch with their angels. They need some help. Everybody needs some energy coming through. Let's get some energy coming through, shall we? Let's absorb some of the free energy that we get from mom and dad, okay? From our mother, the earth, and our father, the sky. Okay, I'm going to do some exercises so we can get that. Okay. Well, something's going on. Hmm. Okay. I'm also going to ask that whatever tone my voice produces during our exercises here, that it is a healing signal. that, okay. So whatever the vibration is that's needed, let's just send it out. Okay. Oh boy. Mm, okay. Can we just do that all the time anyway? That whatever it is that I'm saying, I'm just gonna, if that is a power that I can turn on, I'm just gonna turn it on. That anytime I speak, it's healing. Anytime my voice sends out is healing for whoever needs it. I think it's possible to turn that on if it isn't on already. Okay. And okay, let's get our some maintenance in our energy bodies here. Let's do our maintenance. Push your chakras back, straighten your back. Push your chakras all the way back and line them up and snap them onto your spine in order there. Nice and neat. Okay. Hmm. I can usually feel which one was out. My heart was was going out. When I say my heart goes out to you, it literally does. A lot of times when you say that, your heart chakra is actually going out. So it just snapped back. Um, oh, it's 10 o'clock there for you? Okay, see, it's 12 here for me. So this is kind of, I ran really late tonight. Glad to see you all, though. Really glad to see everybody. The usual crew made it in. Okay. I don't know what tweaked Pam. I don't understand what freaked out Pam. Oh well. Anyway, here we go. Need to breathe. We're gonna go. Do you guys want to do a remote viewing? Some remote viewing? Because I just got a thing that maybe doing some remote viewing would help us. Would kind of make us feel a little better. I do it all the time. Mhm. So, okay, let's do our ohms. And you don't have to do it as long as me. I'm just doing it because that long because I can and because of the tone. The tone does magic for me. Hope it helps you too. Okay, if you can tone the vibration and just ask for the vibration to be the one that's going to help you. This is why kitty cats purr. By the way, Cowboy is right here next to me, sleeping. He's just passed out too. This all knocked him out too. So both of us had a hard time staying awake today. Okay, let's do our 3 ohms. Okay. Um, I'm kind of getting that anybody who's not doing their detoxing, I mean, anybody who's not, how can I put it? Gee, sometimes it's hard for me to talk in this state. Make intelligible words. Um, okay, need some help here. Translate to English. uh, a lot of you are getting rid of toxicity. It's what you're trying to do. You're trying to shed some old stuff. That's why you're sick. Your body is trying to shed old stuff, and so is your energetic body. Okay? That's what's going on. A lot of times when we're sick, quote unquote, we're actually trying to fix something else too. It's not just being sick, it's we're trying to shed something. So maybe if you do it really consciously, it'll be a little faster. It'll go through a little faster. But okay, so how about if we just do that? How about if we just call our helpers around to make sure that this goes right? Because there are all kinds of beings that want to help us. They really do. I mean, I get all kinds of help. I don't do this alone. And I want to acknowledge that and thank them for their contribution. So let's call our friends in to help us make sure this goes right. Let's see a pit in front of us. We're going to start to drop junk in there, okay? Just imagine that this pit is opening up for you to drop your junk in. You drop your stuff, all of your stuff that you don't want. And it's going to get turned into fertilizer. It's going to get it's compost basically, okay? All the stuff that you don't need is going to get composted. So drop it in there. If you have to think of it as gushing in there, if you have to, whatever way you want to visualize taking all of your fears, all of your burdens, all of your worries, all of that kind of thing, and drop it in that hole. Okay? And just I'll give you a few minutes to do this. Just visualize it filling up with your stuff. But it's deep enough that you can put all of it in there, okay? Everything that's worrying you, all of the toxic shit that so and so did, all of the toxic stuff that your body is having to endure, all of all of that. And actually, yeah, just put it all in there. I am. I'm going to take everything and just put it in there for a reclamation. Let it get turned into some other energy. Okay. How you going to live? Money, the price of food, stupid way people are acting, politics, everything, all of that crap. Put it in there. Okay. Once you get a pretty good amount in there, you can do this anytime. And just cover it over and leave it there. Just leave it. Let it get composted. You don't need it. Okay. So, hmm. Yeah. Oh, so you're what? Yeah, I'm 1211 right now. Remember, 11 is Janice's number. God of doorways, God of comings and goings, and apparently portals. So, uh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm getting kind of, I'm getting some tinglies. We've got a lot of attention by otherworldly beings right now. So say hi. Say hi to your relatives. Okay, time to go on with the class, so. Okay, do your expansion. Let yourself expand. Remember, you're a body in a huge spirit, not a spirit in a body. You're a huge spirit with a body. It's more like you're a huge being with a little avatar body that you get to interface this world with. Okay. So, okay, and you know how to do the expansions if you've been here before. Just expand yourself. And you can feel it kind of. You can kind of feel yourself. And I am just saying right now, just picture yourself. Picture your being. Feel your being. Just expand out beyond the limits of Earth, beyond the limits of the solar system, beyond limits, way beyond that, even beyond the galaxy, and realize you are really a vast being. You are vast. Earth is just a tiny little speck in there somewhere in all of this big reality here. And it's all energy. And you are much greater than the world. Okay? Well, we were told we were. Okay? We are. What's within us is greater than the world. Yes, we are greater than the world. The world is a construct. I'm not talking about the earth. Now, she has a personality. She is a being. I'm talking about the world we have constructed. This construction here. It's a construct. The whole thing is just a construct. And we're greater than that. So the whole thing is realize and Honestly, it can't come fast enough for me. However, realize we're in this a little bit longer, but we have a chance to design the future. Imagine well. Like I said, I have a good imagination. Hope you do too. Keep keep imagining where you want to live, what it should look like, what New Earth is going to look like, the crystalline cities, the beautiful colors in the sky, the newness of everything, the way people are nice to each other and you don't have to hide, all of that. Just keep that in mind. That's coming. Yes, information. So, okay. Now, to get ready for remote viewing, if you have a candle or something that you'd like to use, or a smudge, if you smudge, it would be a good time to do it beforehand. Me, I'm just going to do I'm just going to do it astrally, basically, or etherically. I'm just going to call the light. Ah, let's do that. You guys are, let's charge up your solar plexus, shall we? Let's do that first. Okay. Send your taproot down. And down really, 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 really far. And past everything. And send it down and down and down until you break out into open space on the other side. And there's lots of energy there. You'll feel it when you break through. Break on through to the other side is what I call it, like the song. Okay. And you'll find there's a lot of space there and a lot of energy, free energy, really, for your body. So bring it on up. This time, I want you to feel, you know what this feeling is like. Feel love. And whatever it is you love, you know what love feels like. So feel that love. Feel that feeling of love. Whatever it is you love. Okay. So just feel that feeling of love and let Earth know you love her. And she'll send you back so much more. Just, I love you, Mother. I love you, Earth. Aw. See, when I say that, I love you. And I'm feeling the warm tinglies coming right back. See? And now, without losing that connection and that energy coming back up your taproot and into your solar plexus, without losing that feeling of love. And I want you to send your branches up. Let let it go through the central, through to the central sun, all the way up, 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 up. There's a lot of energy there too for you, healing energy. From our suns, everything, all kinds of things come to us. Really, they're all stargates. So, and just say, I love you, Father. I just love you. And feel that love. Feel that golden love. Okay. And bring it on down. Bring it on down into your solar plexus. And let those two energies merge right in your solar plexus area. And this is called the Divine Child meditation. Is if you can imagine those two energies, the mother and father energy, the male and the female energy, the polarities, and you can imagine them meeting in your solar plexus. And then expand it out throughout your body and let that expand out as much as it needs to as it charges you up. And send that to heal everything you've got. Say, I need to heal this. I need healing. Let's not say it that way. I am healing. Let's say it that way. I am healing everything that needs to be healed. I'm releasing everything that needs to be released. Hang on. I'm going to do a few affirmations for us. I'll get out my crib notes. Hope this is them. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind is solving every issue in my life. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me my every desire. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me my true place in life. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind heals every part of my life. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind provides everything that I need and many of my desires. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind provides all my desires. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind is showing me that my good is already here, is already created, and already available to me. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me that everything that I need and desire are already here. And all I have to do is accept that. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind is solving every issue in my life. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind is giving me any kind of abundance I need. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me my every desire and that it is already here for me to take, for me to use and enjoy. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind provides me with interesting and fun things to do all the time. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind provides me with healing and nurturing to sustain me. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind is solving every issue in my life. I am enough. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind is bringing me opportunities for pleasure and ease. Abracadabra, abracadabra, abracadabra. As I speak it, so it is. Okay. Really, a lot of my issues have been solved. Um, I'm knocking everything down that was an impediment to me gradually. It's all coming down. Every impediment that I have to my happiness and well being falls before me. Every impediment that I have to my health and well being turns into an opportunity. I am fully supported by the universe. The universe is gifting and loving. The universe has my best interests at heart. Universal consciousness wants us all to be happy and blissful and taken care of. But I realize that I must take responsibility first and accept that love, accept that power. So I want you to say, I'm God and so are you. Because the more that I say, I am God and so are you and so are we, the more free I am. I am God, you are God, we are God, we're all God. I am free. Okay, let's do some remote viewing now. If you're not in a place to do that, we can cancel the remote viewing. How many of you are actually in a place where you can do that safely? And by that, I don't mean driving somewhere. I mean safely at home or somewhere safe, maybe sitting in the woods or on a beach or somewhere safe. Not driving, not in a store, not. Don't try to do this while you're driving. No, I wouldn't suggest it. You have to be, yeah, you need to be uh, heavy parked in a safe place to do your remote viewing, I would say. Okay. But if you're listening to this at a future time, maybe if you are not in a place where you can do this, you you need to get yourself into a place and then rewind this and then replay this. Okay. because I really say I'm really telling you, you don't need to be doing this while you're. As a matter of fact, I started so late. I know I said there was going to be some remote viewing. I'm going to have to change that title because honestly, I don't think it's a good thing tonight. I'm having a funny feeling that we won't get any responses, that everybody will just get knocked out. Oh my goodness. I think so. If we try to remote view tonight, we probably, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it like this. Okay. And we're going to do this on a night when it's not such heavy energy. But I feel like we need to do it more. And tonight, or whenever you sleep, whenever you do sleep, you're going to dream about what things are going to be like, what your ideal life is going to be like when you go to sleep tonight, before you go to sleep, or whenever it is you go to sleep. Think about what you want your ideal life to be like, about what you want the new world to be like, what you want to have in it as you're going to sleep. And as you're going to sleep, then I'm going to say, then you're going to travel there. So your spirit is going to travel there to the place that you made so that you can see it. We're going to try this experiment. I haven't tried this before, to do this with people before. Let's see if we can do this. Before you, as you're drifting off to sleep, think of the things you want to really put yourself there. Really imagine what you look like, what the place looks like, what it feels like to be there. You know, how comforting and warm it feels, how spacious and easy life is, how beautiful everything is, how easy it is to live there, how there's just this sense of well-being and protection and nurturing that you feel. And if maybe it's your home that you want. So start building it in your mind. What would that look like? What would that beautiful place look like? Would it look like some beautiful earthship that has been designed with a beautiful bottle wall? The bottle walls look like stained glass windows, don't they? And let in the different colored light. It's such a beautiful idea. There's so many beautiful ideas there that people have come up with. Ah, okay, little cowboy, you're coming with me, aren't you? You're gonna come with me, aren't you? See, I knew it. I knew people were gonna doze off. I'm just that. Oh, it's that kind of night too. I do put people to sleep. It's a good sleep. I mean, you get a good rest, but I can tell people just doze off. And then they tell me later, I just dozed off. I just was gone. If maybe that's one of my best things, I just may need to make sleep tapes, right? My voice is just, there's something just very about my voice that just puts people to just, you feel so, just so relaxed, you just go to sleep. That's kind of funny. Okay, I really do need to make sleep tapes. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna imagine, get it in your head how you're going to start really creating it in your mind. Because remember, your imagination is one of your best gifts, okay? One of your imagination is one of the best things you ever had, okay? One of the best gifts we have as human beings is our ability to imagine things. That's why we're the creators. We can imagine things that aren't in being yet. That's how it works. So then imagine how but the thing that really activates it is if you can get that feeling, if you can feel that feeling of what it would be like to have that thing that you want, that you desire. Let's not say want. Want has some connotations. Let's say you desire it. What is it like to have that thing that you desire? Right. Me too. I do my best to imagine it all the time. And the more it pulls us closer to that, we are very close now, I feel. Um, but remember, this is a thing that we're doing all the time. We are constantly ascending, okay? We are constantly raising in vibration. The Schumann resonance is way up from where it was. It was 7 point something. I think it peaked out at 20 something recently. Yeah, I know. Isn't that odd? Hmm. Hey, Project Skyfalls, how you doing? So, yeah, I know that it's kind of. I know I don't usually use that symbol. I use the other one that's the with the face with the arms out. I usually use that one because it's bigger. So, how you doing, Project? The Imaginarium. Yeah, interesting, huh? Yeah. Okay, you really are okay. Pam says she's not a designer. Okay, she's not a designer. But you, if you're still hanging around, you're a designer probably. You're you're probably one of the people that's going to be building this new place. And really, it's not going to take effort and labor to do this. In the new place, all it takes is your will. All it takes is your imagination and your will. And that's how things get built in the new place. You don't have to struggle and labor hard. And some of you are going, wow, what a difference that would be. Project Skyfalls comes in and says, doing good, just working a lot, a part time. Yeah, see, in the next world, in this new place we're building, you don't have to effort a lot. It's going to be a lot easier to build. It's going to be a lot easier to do things. We're going to have a much higher standard of living. Um, just roll along with it. And I'm going to be here to help you roll along with these changes. Roll with the changes. Roll with the changes. I'm going to be here. So if my voice is that calming, I will take it as a compliment. And once again, I keep getting a nudge to make make some tapes, make some or some recordings that you can just punch and go into a nice sleep. I will have to do that with affirmations on it. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing some expansion exercises and some breathing, some expansion, some visualizing, and we're going to be doing remote viewing tonight, but we're going to be doing it as I put people to sleep. To me, that's so funny. It's like I get people so relaxed. Apparently, Sky Falls, I get people so relaxed they just doze off after I start. I start doing the breathing, the oming and the stuff like that, and people just doze the heck off. And then they wake up later. They're like, what happened? And they got to replay the show to find out what happened for the rest of the show. I'm really missing my calling. So, so I don't recommend you use a lot of strong stimulants right now to try and make up for this, okay? Because we're getting hit by some pretty strong cosmic energies. I don't recommend you use coffee to try to stay awake. Um, there are other things. Somebody says that the mixture of honey and cinnamon is good, will give you some energy. So if you can put honey and cinnamon in water, um, don't neglect your vinegar water, your apple cider vinegar water in these days. Please don't. You need all of the detoxing you can get. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. You need to keep yourself strong. Yeah, you need to keep yourself strong. How many of you out there, let me know, how many of you out there do the vinegar water thing? And then I am told also, if you don't have some, it's really good to get some. Apple cider vinegar. You just need a teaspoon in 8 ounces of water or more. You can dilute it as much as you want, really. And it's also, they say there's also a benefit. One of the doctors actually says he's one of these guys that says I can't remember his name, but he says your body will love you. Lemon and a little bit of either sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, and drink that down in 8 ounces of water, like a squeeze of lemon, a teaspoon of vinegar, and a dash of salt. In however much, and I'd say however much water it takes to make it palatable to you so you can chug it if you need to. But you get used to the taste. It doesn't really taste that bad. But that is supposed to help so much. I've been doing that. It has been helping. Get yourself organic apple cider vinegar. So, yeah, next time you head to Walmart, get yourself some. It's helpful. Um, and I can't give you the science on it right now. It's just kind of a tried and true thing that it just helps you feel better, helps your body function better. Right now, I'm choking on something. Oh, so you did it for a long time and you didn't notice the difference? I've noticed a difference. I don't know. Maybe we have a different thing going on with us. Yeah, good for you. Um, it's supposed to be really helpful. Yeah, now. So I'm talking about this and hang on, I got some water here. I have found that really I have gotten rid of, I gotta tell you, I have gotten rid of the pain in my joints. The only thing that hurts now is my back. I have my back left to heal, and um, sometimes I still get the fibrofoot cramps. Okay, I have to watch out for that. If I touch something, my feet will start to cramp if I touch something wrong. But really, beyond that, the all of the broken glass feeling in my joints is gone now. I've been doing the bone broth. Okay, I've been doing the bone broth, and I found the most wonderful thing. If you can find yourself some miso, I put that in my broth. Oh my gosh, is that good? And eat your probiotic stuff, eat your fermented stuff. You'll feel better. Really, I can say I think when I think about how I used to feel, I used to not be able to move without pain. Everything felt like broken glass. That's fibrin, okay? And what gets rid of fibrin is there's a hormone that's supposed to get rid of it, but as you age, you lose it. You don't produce enough of it, and the fibrin will get into everything because everything gets damaged. It's a scaffolding the body builds, but the enzyme that replaces that is you can get a plant. Okay, the plant enzyme is in something like miso, something as simple as miso. So if you can add miso to, you know, get yourself a nice bowl of broth and put a spoon of miso in there and stir it. Miso, all of your fermented stuff. Uh, Once again, ferment your own stuff. It's easy. It is so easy. And it helps. But I'm telling you guys, the pain in my joints that I had between the bone broth and the eating the probiotics and the doing stuff like that, it's gone. It's gone. So you can get rid of that. Things like sauerkraut, but not American sauerkraut type. Okay, I should say because they put preservatives in it. Now here is something that my Polish friend says she thinks is just freaking crazy. They make something like sauerkraut here in the States, and then they put something in to kill the bacteria. Well, the bacteria is what you're going for. How smart is that? All it takes to make your own fermented cabbage, that's all it is. Ferment it, put a couple carrots in there if you want. Some little carrot shavings in there is good. Whatever it is you want to put in there. I hear that celery is very good. Oh, I made some fermented celery. You can ferment almost anything. All you need is brine and a clean jar with a good fitting lid. That's all you need. I've said this before. I have made stuff that way. It comes out awesome. Then you just put it on a shelf. Make sure you squeeze out all the air. If you have something like cabbage or something that, where air can get trapped, because air will grow mold. But what kills the bad bacteria is the salt. But the salt will let the good stuff live and breed. Right. So you can make your own fermented stuff. Piece of cake. Yeah, in Clown World they do everything backwards. Kombucha is another one, yes. Now you will end up, um, oh, you don't like kraut? Have you ever had raw? Have you ever had raw kraut? Raw homemade kraut? It's a different animal. I hate sauerkraut. The way American sauerkraut is disgusting. It smells bad to me. I cannot stand the smell. I cannot get it past my nose. I sure can't eat it. Okay? I do not like the way that we make sauerkraut in this country. And like I said, my Polish friend doesn't approve of it either. She says that is not sauerkraut. What we call sauerkraut is not sauerkraut. So, yeah, pickled eggs and beets. Yeah, you can pickle things. It's so easy. It makes its own pickle. It makes its own vinegar. Yeah, salt and pure water and whatever kind of vegetable you want, and even not vegetable stuff, even stuff that isn't vegetable. I mean, anything you put in there in the salt water and it pickles and it comes out a probiotic and it's good. It tastes good. Let me tell you, adding miso to soup, it makes it so good. You can put a spoonful of miso in something and it goes from being kind of bland to be like my taste buds. Honestly, do that for your body. I mean, seriously, I'm different now. My pain in my joints, it's gone, and I can say that 100%. Now all I got to do is if I can get the pain out of my back. I don't know why I'm harboring that still. I'm not sure why that's happening still. There's got to be some reason it's there, but I don't know what it is. But I got it out of my joints. So if that's your problem, 100% try this. I can put I can tell you I'm a different person from what I was. I used to be in such pain all the time. And by the way, if you do get a lot of sinus infections wherever you are, look and see where mold could be hiding. Vinegar is also another thing that can help prevent mold. It's another way to fight mold. If you have mold lingering in your place anywhere, you're going to have sinus infections and stuff. So you've really got to look into that too. But if you take your um, if you take like white vinegar, and I use white vinegar, it's the only thing I use white vinegar for. I don't eat it, but you can clean with your white vinegar, and your white vinegar will help keep mold away. Yeah, pickled eggs and beets sounds good. I'm gonna have to make that. That sounds good, really. Yeah, Clown World. We got to start leaving Clown World really intentionally. Do things the right way. Do things the correct way. Make fermented stuff. Not only does fermented stuff last a lot longer, you can put something on a shelf and it'll be on there. You can put something on a shelf with a good fitting lid and it'll just stay there as long as you need it to. It'll practically forever. There's people who have opened stuff up after 20 years and it's delicious. Well, survival food, to heck with that. You can make your own survival food. It's called fermentation. It'll last on a shelf for years if you bottled it right. You can leave it there 20 years. People have done that. I don't know why people don't, well, they want their they want their traditional stuff. They want their mac and cheese or whatever. I don't know. I don't think that pickles well. But Really, you can make enough food to get you by. Now, I do have to warn you, when you start eating fermented food, at first, you will have to go to the bathroom a lot. But that is just the new bacteria moving in. That's the good guys moving in. And I do have to warn you, at first, do this over a weekend when you're going to be near a bathroom, when you first start eating a lot of fermented stuff. But after a while, your stomach will get used to it. After the first couple of times, your stomach will get used to it and you'll have no more problem with that because the new bacteria have taken over. And those are the ones you want in your gut flora, okay? Because they're going to kill the bad ones. And they're going to keep you away from a lot of the diseases, okay? That they're going to protect you from a lot of disease. So it's like get your protection up, okay? Because we've got still a little bit of clown world to wade through, but we're leaving. We're getting out of here pretty soon. But that's one of the ways that we're getting out of here is we're going to start doing things the right way up, okay? At least that's what I've been told. You want to get out of clown world? You start getting your life the right way up, okay? Because it's an inverted matrix. You start turning your life right way up, okay? And the rest of clown world can just go whatever way it goes. But your life is what matters. So get your life the right way and you're going to be okay. You're going to start moving away. Get ourselves into that space like we want to be, like quit toxifying ourselves, quit poisoning ourselves with, I mean, it seems like just about everything is designed to poison us, right? So learn to make your own food. A lot of it's easy to make. I I get tired of it too, and occasionally I get something that's pre-made, but most of the time I make most of my food. Um, so do stuff right side up. Don't follow clown world. You know, it's like we have to take ourselves out of clown world. If and I'm so glad to see that a lot of people are standing up to the school systems where they're teaching crazy crap to kids now. People are actually standing up to them and getting together and saying we're not going to pay you to promote ideas that we don't hold to be correct for children. Okay, that's another way. Get yourself out of clown world. Don't do clown world stuff. Okay, you know. I mean, what is it? How is it standing? It's standing because too many people are following along. So don't give them any following at all. You know, this is one of the ways we get ourselves out. Boy, I can't wait though. I can see that the way people are being called out, we're close though. We are really leaving clown world. It really is happening. Finally, after all these years, when we've been saying it's got to happen soon or we're all going to go insane, right? Because okay, it's going to hit a crazy, crazy peak, probably. The faster it goes, the slower you go. The crazier it gets, the more sane you get, okay? You make sure that your stuff is sane, okay? That you're doing sane stuff. Right? You think so too? Like petting the kitty. You hear that? He has something to say. Whoop. He has a lot to say, this cat. He said meow. He said, yep, I'm not subscribing to Clown World. I'm out of Clown World, man. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna do it that way because otherwise y'all are just gonna fall asleep and not gonna be able to tell me anything that you're seeing. And until a night when we can get I'm gonna have to keep you awake. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do this. I'm going to get you into a meditative mind without you wanting to sleep. Maybe I'll have Max come in and help us out. Okay, you know what? I'm going to call it for tonight. I've been on 2 hours. I hope that I've helped you in some way and haven't been disappointing with the yeah. Well, we've got a way for you to do it anyway. Okay, so you're going to do it when you go to sleep. And then hopefully we're gonna put in a request for you to be able to remember your dream. And then I want to hear about it if if it works. Okay? I want to hear about how it worked for you if it works. Okay? And what did you imagine? And actually, I would love to hear what you imagined. Yes, on Subclown World. Absolutely. Just check out of it. Because it's going down anyway. Yeah, it's going down. And you'll see the takedown, and we'll all be like, oh, thank God, right? Thank us. Thank me. Thank you. All of us are God. So thank God. Yeah. Okay. Love you, and I'll see you Wednesday. Remember, the truth is where you find it. I hope you find some on this channel. So does Cowboy. He hopes you find some here. Right. And he's telling me he really wants to snuggle up now. He wants some love and stuff. He wants me to snuggle up with him. So he says, Mom, are you just about done? It's been a couple hours. I've been sleeping here. I've been listening. It's time for you to come and pet the cat and cuddle. So I'm gonna go do that. Um, and remember, you're divine. I tell you all the time. Don't forget it. You're creating the next world. So create wisely and well. Dream big and dream well. And boy, that's an unflattering photo, isn't it? That's an unflattering. Here, I look good from this angle. That's another thing. Is like we've got to get over this that we've got to look perfect. You know, we do look perfect. We look fine. Okay. Now that we're seeing what everybody really looks like online, a lot of people come on, they put on like they slather on like a ton of makeup. And I'm sitting there going, what do you really look like? It's okay if that's your thing, but wonder what you actually look like. But we're finding out that people look all different kinds of ways, don't they? They don't look all like movie stars or whatever, do they? People look all kinds of ways, and they've got their beauty. So, um, and that means you too. So, um, I love you. You guys are great. I can't wait to meet you. We will meet one day. We will meet. And just like the little blue guy, I can't wait to meet you, he said. I don't know who he is. I couldn't hear a name. I don't hear names very well. I don't think my people talk like that. I think they just mind speak. I think intoning anything is just for other purposes. Anyway, right. See you Wednesday at 10:10. hopefully everything goes right. Um, Tell people you love them. Good night.